Hello, hello, hello. Hi everybody, this is Doug Wilson from Yellowhawk Customs Outdoors, or Yellowhawk Custom Kydex, whatever you want to call it. I still get people that call it both, so it's both. This is another client offerings video. This set of sheaths for these two knives are going to Canada, right? Guy from Canada, and one of them is a leather elite. I'm going to show that one to you first. No, you know what? Let's show this guy first. This is a Bark River Bravo 1, okay? Great knife, built by Bark River. This is the one without the thumb ramp, okay? So what the client did was he sent it to Peter Winkler, and Peter Winkler is a really good custom knife maker. His knives are highly sought after, especially after he won Forged in Fire, one of the episodes, right? He won, so I'm sure his business took off after that. Nice micarta scales now. Not a whole lot different than the Bark River. A little bit thinner though. They're not as fat, and you got these cool looking mosaics that are pretty neat. Alright, so there's that. It's a full convex grind on this knife. Okay, so what we have here, what's going to jump out first at you is the Raptor Dangler assembly. Okay, now this is a really cool assembly, and it really just makes everything that much more versatile, because you can take it off really easy. It clips into any tech lock, any combat lock belt clip, any small tech lock. It clips in there, right, and turns your sheath into a dangler. Okay, works really well. They're tough, right? These things are tough. And then I back it up down here to make it even tougher, all right? Because that's the part that sits in the clip, and a little bit of that plate hangs out for strength, okay? I didn't need the whole thing covered because it just doesn't need it, so that's a way of reducing weight. I'm always considering pulling weight off of these things where I can. You know, you see some makers out there, and they'll build a sheath system, but it'll be, you know, like 5 layers of Kydex here, 4 layers here, real thick, and it's heavy, right? I seen one the other day with 3 knives on it, right? Just ungodly heavy to be carrying out in the field, right? But everybody likes something different, you know? So I am very careful not to make them too heavy, because, you know, having a special ops background and humping all over the place, you know, with a heavy ruck on, I know that every ounce counts, right? So I try to take as much weight off as I can while still being very durable. Military grade, if you will. Okay? So there it is. Okay? Now, this Raptor Dangler assembly is supposed to be set up when the tech lock is 90 degrees. Okay? I just flipped it on here. So if the client wants to, you can take the tech lock off, or the combat lock belt clip off, straighten it up, and it'll ride better. But it rides well just like this. So I don't see any reason to change it. So we got, you know, that Yellowhawk canted belt clip, right? Nice thumb ramp. Now these thumb ramps are ergonomic, meaning you can get your whole thumb on there and it doesn't hurt when you do it one hand draw. It doesn't hurt. Okay. You know, some sheaths you get them and there's just like a little nub there and you can't really use it, so it can't be a one hand draw. I'm real particular about that. I like my sheaths to be one hand draw in case you need it. Okay. Then there's a faceplate here with that gray swirly pattern. This one turned out real nice. This is that new basket weave. Okay. It's this one I made out of 093. It doesn't need 125. It's not, you don't have to make it that strong. This is already overkill. So again, I'm reducing the weight a little bit so it's not ungodly heavy on your belt. Alright, there's that one. And this one's a Leather Elite. Now, a lot went into this. Here's the knife. I think he said this knife is from a guy in Hungary, maybe? Or, I can't remember. It's overseas, okay? Well made. It's a heavy chopper, alright? So, with a heavy knife like this, you have to go with thicker Kydex. It's almost a given, right? But if you wanted to, you could make a sheath out of 080. It's rigid while the knife is in it, but when you take the knife out, you know, you don't want to be able to bend the sheath up, especially with a Leather Elite like this. Now, this is full grain leather that I dye myself, okay? And this is what I call the weathered look. It's a weathered old. He wanted a longhorn theme, you know, like Old West theme. So I made it to look like, you know, older leather, and then I put a faceplate on it, right? And this is also leather covered. So this is full grain leather over a fully functioning Kydex sheath, okay? It's just, all right? There's no rattle, no play. I mean, this knife is in here to stay, all right? And then he wanted baldric carry. The sling is not his, okay? I just do this for the video, okay? It's in vertical baldric carry now. You can also set it up for okay, and they clip right into the D-ring of the Raptor Dangler assembly. Okay, you clip right into the D-ring. It's strong enough. And then what I do is I put this thing around my neck like this, and then clip them in. All right, there's one. And then I put a shackle on the front. All right, you don't need these big D-rings on the front of these things, man. A shackle is fine. Okay. So again, reducing the weight. And there it is. So this is kind of how it rides. Like this. Alright. Okay. You know, you can swing it around to the back. You can swing it over here and carry it like this. This is a real simple sling way of carrying a large knife like this. Alright, so there it is. Probably got to hold it back here. Leather Elite. I even cover the thumb ramps, right? So they're nice and comfortable when you put your thumb on them. It's covered with leather, right? And then on the back, we got the Raptor Dangler assembly, which, again, comes off of there, right? And we got a combat lock belt clip, which he can cant, right, if he wants. Put it at an angle. There's a mount plate here that he can take this off and put molly locks on here. Okay? Now, I have found that even with bigger knives, you only need one molly lock in the center. Okay? There's that, I'm reducing that weight again, right? It is strong enough and sturdy and stable enough that you only need one molly lock in the center. However, if you want to put two on, you can, right? I personally don't. When I molly lock something to, to a sheath, I only put one right in the center, and that's the way this is set up. The holes are already there. The hardware's already in the holes from the back, so you don't lose it. Okay, so you can put a molly lock on there. That works really well. Okay. So let's take this off. Show you this real quick. This knife is a beast. It's a beast. I can't say a whole lot about it because I don't know who made it. We got our logo here on the shore up plate. There's that shackle. I put rubber bushings on the shackle so it doesn't rattle. Alright? Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. This is Doug Wilson from Yellow Hawk Customs Outdoors. See ya!